talking about living with a host family.
So I think that living with a family is kind of difficult because there's a huge blurred line between when you're working and then when you're off. And when you live inside their space, you're a member of their family, and that's really hard because there's definitely a part of you that's going to feel like you have to be turned on all the time, and you're not going to be as okay, let me rephrase that. It's really hard because a part of you will definitely have to feel like you're giving your most and you're giving your all, and you can't
on duty
you're on duty all the time. You can't be as relaxed as you obviously would be with your normal family. Some families make it easier for you to be off duty on duties, and other families, unfortunately, it's
horrible.
It's harder. It's harder to incorporate yourself and feel relaxed in their home.
I think the best way to know is to speak to them a lot before you arrive. I did have the kind of blurred lines initially as to like, oh, should I be helping you? And I bridged that gap by kind of being in their space. I would just sit and do French homework if I felt like I should be helping.
Like in the living room.
But yeah, I'd just be sat at the kitchen table. And so if they needed me, I was right there, but they told me that they didn't. But it was still like, ooh.
Yeah.
So it was a bit awkward to get used to begin with, but I think after a while you just kind of get into the rhythm of it. So you have to really give it like a couple of months before it settles down.
I think that's a good tip, is like just going in the living room and kind of reading a book and trying to incorporate yourself that way, so you're kind of there but you're not on duty.
So that you get comfortable in their house as well, because that's one of the most awkward feelings of like, can I make myself a cup of tea? Are they going to tell me to do something else? Should I be helping with the kids? It's just a matter of time, I think, though. If you have a nice family. If you have a horrible family, then hide.
Hide, lock the door. I think that living in a host family is not the end of the world. It can actually be really, really nice because you might be exposed to the French language more. You might feel more incorporated into your host family and have more of a base.
I actually think I preferred living with the family or a family than I did living out, because I got to have access to a fridge which had food in it, which was also for me. And whereas when I lived out, it was like, that food's for the weekend, please don't touch that. And then I also had access to a washing machine which I could use, and a dryer, and loads of fresh towels, and places I could wash my bedding, because it can be so hard if you live on your own to have to like take everything down, or like take it all the way to your host family's place, and then maybe they've got a wash on, so you've got to like wait around. I also really loved just having somewhere nice to be, because their apartment was really lovely. So I had like a living room to chill in, and animals in the house, and a bedroom which was nice luxury compared to my chambre de bonne, which was just a little cell, which was cold and miserable.
Because chambre de bonnes are just a room with your bed and your shower in the same room. Maybe. You might have to go downstairs to shower. So it can be really annoying having to rely on your family for some things, but not actually living in their house. I think this reminded me of, I think that we'll make a whole separate video for this, but being on vacation with your family, because that's a situation where obviously you're going to be living with your family, because unless they have a separate vacation shack for you, like you're gonna be living in their home. And that's something that everyone or most au pairs go through, especially because a lot of families in Paris have chateaus in Normandy or whatever, and you do. Yeah, pretty much always. What?
I was just gonna say, I think everyone's experiences are different, so it would be interesting if you had a different experience.
True.
Please tell us how you found it.
Put it below. You can also submit to our website, aupairopairis.com. We'll also put that below. We're always interested to hear your stories, and please subscribe to us somewhere so that we can continue to make these videos. I never know where it is. Oh, what's gonna be there? Oh yeah, we'll put it here, or maybe here. And then, but I think there's also a subscribe button up here. You're right, it's down below.